Hey guys, welcome back to the classroom. And today's segment, Tales from the Office, we're going to be talking about the power of not giving up and the power of a lesson in terms of just how much we're capable of doing. So I had a young lady come into my office a couple of days ago, and she recently had a newborn. The newborn is maybe about 7 or 8 months now, and she was, the last time I saw her, she had just delivered, and she was doing okay, postpartum and whatnot, and so I wasn't too worried about her. Gave her a follow-up, come back whenever you're ready, that sort of thing. She came back to see me. She looked as if she'd been through the ringer. She looked really stressed out. She dropped weight, but as much as she looked physically stressed out, she was happy. Her spirit seemed light, so to speak. And so she was giving me her story. Shortly after she delivered, her husband fell really ill, and he was bedbound for quite a few months. And very suddenly, she found herself with a newborn and a husband who was bedbound for a few months, and she didn't know where to turn to. Her mother and her mother-in-law, she told me, would come, one would drop off food, one would maybe come and pass a broom, that sort of thing. But she said that how there was no one that would have just been there. Obviously, as we could all imagine, she was a breastfeeding mother, newborn, have to feed every 2 hours, change poopy diapers, bathe the baby. The husband being bedbound, she had to also help him, bring food for him. She had to help him with the bathroom, all these things. And so as you can imagine, it was really, really, really tough. And unsurprisingly, she looked as if she'd been through World War III. But what was most curious was the fact that she didn't seem down, or her spirit seemed light. She seemed like she was enjoying her newborn. Her husband had gotten better, and so he was up and about now. And so when she was talking to me about that really, really difficult, dark time in her life, I said to her that I was sort of expecting a bit more heaviness, because it seemed quite a traumatic time. And she said to me that, yes, it was traumatic, it was really difficult for her, but she found something really interesting. And this is what the lesson is today, guys. The Tales from the Office. This is the lesson today. She said that during those darkest moments, all she wanted to do was to lie down. And she wished for nothing more than someone. At that point, she didn't care who. She just wanted someone to come, rest their hand on her shoulder, and say, hey, don't worry about it. I'll take it from here. You go and lie down. I'll tend to your husband. I'll tend to your newborn. And it will be okay. I'll be here for as long as you need. That was a prayer. It was a wish that she had, and she just kept wishing over and over again that someone would come and just give her a reprieve, so to speak. And the thing is that person never came. So I said, well, that doesn't seem like a good thing. She said, well, this was the lesson. This was the magic. There was this one night where the baby refused to go to bed. Baby was crying. The husband had to be in the next room because he was ill. And I think at this point she hadn't slept in about 2 or 3 days. And she said that she had almost an epiphany. And what she said to me was that something dawned on her. And what dawned on her was that, you know something, I didn't sleep in 2 or 3 days. And in my mind, I needed to sleep every night. If I couldn't sleep every night, I couldn't function. But here I am, not sleeping for so long. Obviously, it's not ideal. And you should sleep every night. But she said that because of these extenuating circumstances, I haven't slept and I'm still here. I'm still present. I'm still functioning. I'm still managing. I'm still able to do everything I can. It's taking a toll, but I'm still here. I haven't keeled over yet, And so what she said to me was that in that moment, she discovered the power of not having a choice. And that was a turning point for her. She said that in discovering the power of not having a choice, she was a first-time mother and she was a wife. And this was her family. These were the people that was most important to her. And she had to find that strength from somewhere to be able to go on. And anyone who's listening, I'm sure that you would have been faced with situations like that before, where you just can't go on anymore. You're totally overwhelmed. You're totally exhausted. You're totally tired. But situation and circumstances demand that we press on. And you know something? We find that power somewhere, and we do. We find that power and we press on. And to me, that was a really powerful message. But she wasn't finished yet. I thought that was the end of the lesson for me. But she said no. She said, in addition to finding the power of not having a choice, what she also said to me was that she said all she wanted to do was to have someone there to help her out. Someone to, again, like I said, hold her hand, tell her it's okay. And she said to me that what she arrived at, and again, this is another pearl of wisdom I got, was that if we are making that silent call for help, and help doesn't come, there's no reason to dismay. And this is what she said to me, if help doesn't come, that automatically means that we have what it takes inside of us to be able to get over whatever we're facing. And she says that if we make that silent call for help and it does come, well, we really absolutely needed that help, and we wouldn't have been able to get through without it. And that to me, it really struck home, because it just made sense. If we made that call for help and it doesn't come, then you know something? No worries. I can make it. I have it inside of me, because you know the phrase, if God brought you to it, He'll get you through it. It's similar to that, but I guess she gave me a sort of very real life example of it. And so the lesson today, guys, is twofold. The first is that just remember that we have the power of not having a choice. And a lot of the times, we can use that to our advantage. Rather than, if we give ourselves no choice but to succeed, then we will succeed. If we give ourselves no choice but to do the right thing, then we'll do the right thing. And then the other hand is, well, if no one comes to help, if we really, even though we feel like we need it, and no one comes to help, then we definitely have it within ourselves to make it. And so there's no need to dismay and to despair. We have what it takes, guys, to do it, and it's just to do it joyfully. So that was a powerful lesson for me, and I carry that with me every day. And I hope by sharing that with you, it will inspire you as well. And as always, every story, every tale that's told from the office, we make sure and keep confidentiality clear. All right? So I hope that you enjoyed that lesson, guys. And, well, catch you guys in the next classroom. Take care.